What's up everybody? Welcome back or to the channel. So today we're going to do something again very quick and easy. This is a very cheap modification. What we're going to be doing is adding some 60-inch RGBW LED light strips to the bed of my truck. Now this is going to give me some extra light in the bed of the truck, more than just what I have now, but it also gives me the option to change the colors. So if I'm hanging out in a truck show or I'm just taking some social media pictures, and if I have my rock lights glowing and I have my wheel lights glowing and I have my interior lights glowing, now I can add a little bit of color to the bed of my truck, which is pretty cool. Now this is a very low cost modification. I found this light kit on Amazon for around $35. So again, very inexpensive, but should be very easy to install. So without further ado, let's jump in. Okay, so in this kit, it's the NiLight RGB LED truck bed light kit. Again, I got this off Amazon. It's gonna come with your 2 strips of LED lights. It's gonna come with extra cables. Here's your main power box here. And it's gonna come with, it looks like an on-off switch with your actual fuse, power and ground, and remote wire. So what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna use some tap-ins, like so, like these kind of tap-ins. And to make this simple so I don't have to run a separate power and ground from the battery or tap into brake lights or anything like that. Okay, so we are back. Now as you see here, I have the LED light strip attached to the sidewall on both sides. It comes with the little mounting clips here for added stability. So I have one here at the end, one in the middle, and one at the end way over there. Now this is 3M sticky tape, so again, it will stick to the bed pretty good, but I would still use the clips just for added support points. Now, in this power box, there's 2 leads. One lead goes to the power box, which I have the power box Velcroed right up under here. So the power wire is coming out of here, out of this little hole and into the power box. The power box has 2 leads. One lead goes to this power strip right there, and then the second lead comes down through here underneath the truck to about here, and then this light strip that I mounted on this side, I have it taken through there as well, which goes down through the pillar arm underneath here, and then it stops about right here. But the kit did come with 2 extension wires, so I used one extension wire to connect from this LED wire that comes here to this wire that stopped about right here, and I have everything zip tied up underneath. But what I'm gonna do is take this power adapter here. I'm actually gonna unplug it because I never use it. I'm just gonna take it off and use the wiring harness behind there for hopefully a power and ground. So I'm gonna take that off. Now I could use these lights that already come with my truck. There is a power and ground there, but the problem with that is they're hooked to my cab light. So anytime I hit my lock or unlock button, these lights in here are gonna go crazy. So I'd rather try to hook it to a dedicated power source instead of a source like these cargo lights. I actually just wanted to be able to have my bed lights controlled separately from the LED lights. So this way, if I really wanna do something in my truck and I don't need all the crazy lighting, I could just go ahead and hit my cargo light inside the cab, and this light here turns on, that light there turns on, and then my cab light up top turns on. But if I actually want to do something different and have those turned off but have the LED lights going, I actually want my switch for the LED lights to be hanging like right here. So that's gonna be my goal. Okay, so I went ahead and I just took this outlet off, and there was a harness that was plugged into this that I unplugged, and then it drops right below the truck, down below. So this is the harness that I was thinking about using for the actual LED cargo light, but I didn't want to use that because I didn't want these lights to run off of that every time I hit my lock and unlock button. So I tapped into this other harness that was right here that goes to the back of the outlet. I opened up the wire loom, found my thick black, used that as my ground, and found this red wire that actually has, I guess, like a blue stripe, but it's a red wire. And I assumed that was the power, so I tapped into that, which is what I have here. Okay, so the power wire on these LED strips does come with a fuse, and then it does have an on-off button. So what I'm gonna do is tape this all back up nice and neat, And then I'm gonna pull it back through the truck, back up top, and then run this power wire right here that plugs into my power box right here. That again, I just mounted up there. So let me go ahead and clean this up and I'll be right back in a minute. Okay, so I'm actually looking over top of the bed, okay? And I got my harness plugged back in, and as you can see right here, there is where I tapped in at, right there. So everything's taped up and wired up. So I'm just gonna finish taping up these wires here. All I'm going to leave exposed are these two wires, the power switch and the actual power adapter. I'm gonna leave them hanging out the top, but everything else is gonna be wired up back inside the bed. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so we are done. This is what it looks like here. As you can see, I have the power box Velcroed up under the ledge over here, and I have the wires coming down to this outlet, and then I actually just have the power switch hanging here for now until I could get some double-sided 3M tape and actually stick it to the sidewall. But that's what it is. So again, I used the power source that was on this outlet. Now again, if you don't have an outlet here or lights right here in the back of your truck, then you're probably just gonna have to tap into some other power and ground source, maybe the brake light or something like that. Or in worst case scenario, just run a separate power wire from your battery to the back here and then just ground it to the chassis. So either way, it's pretty simple. Okay, so now when I hit the unlock button, as you can see, my lights light up, but not the LEDs. So when I lock it, those lights go off. And there's a button in the cab that I can turn these lights on and off as well. But now, here, let me shut this. Okay, so I just put the tonneau cover back down just because the sun is really bright right now and I wanted you to be able to see these lights. So now when I want to turn the lights on, I could just reach in here, hit that switch. There they go. So now my bed lights are working, and I do have a remote control that can turn them on and off and change colors however I want. So that's that. When I don't want to use them anymore, turn them off, they're off. So that's it. They turned out great and I'm pretty happy with them. Okay, so we are looking at the back of the truck. The tailgate is down. Lights are not on. There we go. Okay, so now that I turned the flashing off, because that was driving me crazy, I have them just set on blue right now. As you can see, they're pretty bright. The whole bed's lit up. See, let's try a different color. There's red. There's green. There's white. It's pretty sharp right there. So yeah, they look good. Here's what they look like under here. So yeah, these turned out pretty good. But let me show you again in the daylight what it looks like. So as you can see, my bed's a little dirty in here. So all you do is reach in here, hit the button. I got my remote right here. I could just press the buttons there or take it off. It's Velcroed on. And I can sit here and change them. If I want all white, just change them to all white. If I want something colored like green, hit green. There's blue, there's red, there's orange, there's yellow, cyan, purple. You could do all kinds of different music things that are going to jump to the music and so forth. Turn the brightness up, turn the brightness down, shut them off. So again, super simple. I mean, this is a really cool little modification. I think it turned out really well. The quality is very good. I'm really happy with these light strips overall. I've actually used them a couple times when I was trying to get things in and out of my bed. I actually took my truck to a drive-in theater with the kids, and while we were in the bed of the truck, and they were scuffing around looking for their glasses and whatnot, and they couldn't find it at night. Instead of using the light on my phone, I just reached over here, turned the lights on. They were able to find what they needed. When I was done, turned the lights off, and I never actually had to use my key fob on the truck to turn the actual bed lights on, which again, every time you hit your lock or unlock button, it usually flashes the lights in the front of the truck and in the back of the truck, which at a drive-in theater, you really don't want to do that when there's other people parked behind you and in front of you. So again, these lights come in handy for a variety of reasons, but again, a very low cost, super happy with them, and I highly recommend them. So that's it. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. As always, please subscribe to the channel because it definitely helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. So that's it. I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you. I truly appreciate you all. Thank you, and as always, see you in the next video.